Hello and welcome back to the video. If you've seen part 1 and 2 of this, you'll know that this van came from Copart, bought, sold as seen, won at an auction. So a bit of a gamble, but in the previous 2 videos you'll have seen the processes involved in putting it back together, a load of heartache and wiring, things like that. Quite a bit of smugness when it all came together, as you can see. And in this video, now it's back together, we're going to go into detail about some of the prices involved, what I paid for the van, what the parts cost to actually rebuild it back to standard, and then obviously what we're going to do in this video is do some upgrades, and I'll talk to you a little bit more about the prices and what it took to do that as well. So basically, if you've seen the black van video, what we're going to do is try and make it look a little bit more like the black van. Obviously just a white version. You'll know if you've seen the black van video that I don't like these grills. Well, not that I don't like them, I just think they look a bit shuttle bus, a bit taxi. So I really like the Raptor grills, and this one's going to get a white one. Big wheels, things like that. We bought from Copart. Parts missing, it had obviously been stolen and stripped for the front end, all the headlights, bumper, everything like that. Needed a new bonnet because that was bent. Tons of wiring missing that took ages to figure out what it were needing, but it's back together. It's a nice van, but it's boring, so I think we're going to make some modifications to it, see if we can make it look a little bit cooler. So let's go have a look at some of the parts for it. Here we've got a bumper splitter, spoiler, whatever you want to call it, all painted in white. Roof spoiler for the back, Raptor grille that's been painted in white, and some nice 20-inch Velar wheels to match the black van. So this is how the Raptor grills come. They're all kind of just a single colour matte black. I kind of wanted to do them a little bit differently, so for the white van we've taken the Ford letters off and painted them all white gloss, actually in frozen white, the same colour as the van. Then this was the one that went on the black van. This is a Panther black, again same colour as the van. I'll have to excuse my camera yet again, it really doesn't like staying on focus with the white van. I'm not quite sure why, must be just because it's a very bright day. The original grill I only clipped in gently. The actual amount of clips that are on these grills is quite immense. You have to position them just right before you start pushing on them, because I think one wrong push, if it's not lined up properly, you're going to end up snapping all the tabs off, so you need to be quite careful that it's lined up, and then really give it quite a shove all the way around the edge, and you hear it clicking all the way around. Next we're going to put the grills back into the bumper splitter. Obviously I had to take these out to do the paint job on it, because it comes just primered, so we've painted this all in frozen white to match the van. Then I'm just going to do a test fit, just to check it all lines up and everything, then take it back off and put the graphics on it all, the blue stripes, and then glue it on a bit later on. You can see it all lines up quite well, so that's good news, no modifications needed. Next to go on with some of the graphics. On the black van I did red stripes. I didn't want to go for the MSRT look or whatever they are, the Ford standard stripes. I wanted to do something slightly different, so on the black van we went for a red striping, and on this one we're going to go for like a baby blue, and baby blue custom signs on the sides. Might be wondering what on earth's going on with all these bits of tape, but I've found that it's actually the easiest way to get the stripes to line up. With them being like a vinyl tape, they stretch and bend quite easily to form whatever shape you want, so getting them in a straight line actually seems to be the hardest thing to do. So instead of getting a tape measure that might scratch the van, what I've done is just get like a piece of masking tape that's acting like a ruler, and then all these little bits of tape on certain points are going to help me line up the vinyl stripe when I come to do that. Vinyl stripe's actually really quite easy to do, it's really pliable. Now I'm showing you the rear of the van being done, but it's exactly the same process, the same method and everything at the front. I didn't actually get this on camera because I was struggling with my camera overheating and focusing and things like that, but you'll see it finished anyway. Once it's all in position, it's just a case of removing all the little bits of tape that helps line it up. Then checking all the edges, trimming any bits that are left a bit too long. They're always best to be done at the end. And then just folding any excess around the curves. Next we have the rear spoiler. This is a part that I'd sourced from a company on eBay that came pre-painted all in frozen white ready. Fitment isn't particularly good. I mean, it's not bad, it would have worked as it was, but to be honest I'm a little bit of a sucker for things lining up properly, so it's just a case of getting the flappy paddle wheel on the grinder and just modifying the edges slightly just to get a slightly better fit. So I really don't like gaps on things like this. It's really just a case of trial and error. Shave it down a touch, offer it back up, see how it fits. If it needs more, shave a bit more. The left hand side actually went on straight away with just one little sand, but the right hand side was a little bit more tricky. It needed a bit more of a curve to match the contour of the top of the roof, the door, but we got there in the end. Spoilers come with a like a double-sided flexible adhesive tape, which is good for helping you line everything up. What I like to do is put a load of panel bond on as well, just to make sure they absolutely don't drop off. But the one problem with this double-sided tape is it's that sticky, you kind of have to be sure the positioning's right before you go pressing it on, because you only really get one chance. And if you have to pull it back off again, you have to reapply all the tape. probably point out that any parts like this that need gluing or taping or anything like that obviously need both surfaces to be completely cleaned down. I ended up using some isopropyl alcohol to make sure there were absolutely no grease or anything like that, so you get an absolutely perfect bond with the two surfaces. Now it's time to stick it on. Like I said before, if you're not in exactly the right position before that tape touches, you've kind of had it, so you need to be pretty sure, and you need to have offered it on first, done a dry fit, make sure there's no modifications needed, or in my case, make the modifications before you go sticking the tape and glue on. Once you know that you're in the right position, then you can stick it on. Sometimes it helps to tape it down while it's drying, but this has got such a good tack, then there's absolutely no point. It was just a case of pressing the tape down and then leaving it a couple of hours before driving it. Now it's time for the wheels. What I've got is a set of 20-inch Velar wheels, especially for Transit Custom. I bought some of these brand new for the black van a couple of years ago, so I wanted the matching set. I just dropped lucky and found these on eBay second hand in pretty good nick actually, so paid a fraction of the price for these and just put 4 brand new tyres on them. I think these wheels really set these vans off, especially with all the little other bits, the graphics and the stuff like that. Completely changes the look of the whole van, I think. An added bonus with the fact that while I was looking for these wheels on eBay, I stumbled across a load of the standard wheels for sale, and they're actually going for quite good money, so I sold the standard wheels for 300 quid, which made the Velar wheels even cheaper, to be fair, so it hardly cost me anything really in the grand scheme of things compared to a brand new set. Looks a million times better already. What I'm doing here is just putting a little few dabs of panel bond on the back of the splitter for the bottom of the bumper. As we've dry fit it, we know it fits really well anyway, so this just basically locks it in place a bit better and stops it moving up and down over bumps and rubbing the paintwork. Then there's 2 screws, one just in front of the front wheels. What I'll do now is put up on the screen the price of this project so far. I'll just break it down into kind of sections, like obviously the price of the van and the delivery, things like that, then the bumper, the lights, wheels, tyres, things like that. Hopefully it'll make sense. Obviously I've had to bunch them up a little bit, otherwise I'd be writing every little bit for hours, but this is essentially what it costs from start to this point. I'm sure it's going to need a few extra bits along the way, but this is where we're at. I think you'll agree it's a bit of a bargain so far. It's not an accident vehicle, so it's got a clean title. Vans like this for this age and this mileage are going for easily double what I've ended up paying for it, to be honest. Before I bought it I was looking at buying a newish one, but I were absolutely gobsmacked by the price of them. So when this one popped up I had to bid on it, and I'm pretty glad I did because it seems to have paid off quite well. And this is the end product. Let me know what you think. There it is next to the black one, the matching pair. I think I still prefer the black one, but let me know what you think, which one you prefer.